I do absolutely agree that HIV is very serious, and the implications of having HIV, you know, that many more people are dying of HIV. So of course it's going to take the forefront. But beneath that is this thing called herpes, and in fact people who do have HIV are more susceptible obviously to any type of viruses, and so they have to be, there are actually 8 different studied strands of the herpes virus. We have been talking about type 1, which is the oral herpes. Type 2 is the genital herpes, and that's the herpes simplex virus, which is a group of viruses. But there are actually 8 others: chickenpox, the Epstein-Barr virus, mononucleosis, which I got when I was, I remember, 13, the kissing disease. So I think for me it's really a matter about getting people educated, decreasing the spread of the herpes virus, and empowering people to really take charge of their health. So yes, I do believe that HIV is a much larger problem that not only do Americans face but people worldwide, but herpes virus is something that we need to protect ourselves against, and really protect ourselves and learn more about it.
So if you had chickenpox as a child, does that mean that you could go in the direction of herpes, or are there 8 strains of the same thing?
There are 8 strains. You can kind of think of it as a family, okay? And each person in the family is related, but they are different individuals in a family. So you had asked me about the chickenpox virus. By having that, in fact, you know, nowadays people, if their child hasn't had chickenpox, they'll take them to a friend's house with another child that has chickenpox so they can be exposed, so that later in life they don't develop a severe form of chickenpox, which is more severe form, so to say, called shingles.
Okay.
Okay, so so basically chickenpox does not lead to getting the herpes simplex virus, but it does, it is in the same family. So as we know, many people actually want to be exposed to chickenpox so they don't get shingles later in life, whereas the herpes simplex virus, you really want to protect yourself.
Okay, all right.
Does that make sense?
It does. I also had mono.
Okay.
So now I'm going, oh my God. But I mean, so my mind is going in many different directions, which obviously means, you know, if they're from the same family, then does that mean all these things are dormant?
Exactly, they are dormant. So if you were to go get a blood test, they would discover that you have had mono. So it is still in your bloodstream, but you no longer have symptoms, right?
Right.
Right, so this is years later. So it's really about building up the immune system so that you don't have the symptoms of the disease. So you no longer have the mono symptoms because it's lying dormant in your body. And that's the thing about the herpes virus that can be very challenging to study, is because it does go dormant. So you might think you're cured, and yet it's just that your body's immune system is able to fight it so that you're living with it. So that's how that works.